Hello children, how are you and how your study is going on? I hope good. So, dear children, in previous classes we discussed about agricultural practices, that is preparation of soil, sowing and adding manure and fertilizers. But in this video we will discuss about fourth agricultural practice, that is irrigation. Okay? And in this irrigation, we will discuss different type of points like why irrigation is necessary, factors affecting irrigation requirement of crops, that is nature of crop, nature of soil and season, sources of irrigation, methods of irrigation. See, there are two types of method of irrigation. First is traditional method. In traditional method, we will discuss in ancient time what type of techniques our ancestors were using, like Moat, chain pump, dhekli, rahat, etc. Okay, and modern methods of irrigation. In modern method of irrigation, we will discuss which type of techniques we are using nowadays for irrigation, like sprinkler system and drip system. Okay, so let's start in detail. See, dear children, we know very well that all plants need water for their growth, and this water plants absorb from the soil. But see, the amount of this water is not constant throughout the year. This water lost constantly by evaporation and percolation of the lower depth of the ground. So it is necessary to supply water to the crops from time to time. Okay? Just imagine if we stop watering plants grown in our home for a long time, then simply plants become wilt and ultimately die. So it is necessary to watering plants periodically. Okay, so what is irrigation? The irrigation is the process of supplying water to crop plants in the field. Okay, and this water plants absorb by their roots. Clear? So now first we will discuss why irrigation is necessary. Means we know, up to now we know that irrigation is a process in which we are supplying water to the crop, but why it is necessary? See, this irrigation is necessary to make the soil soft, and it provides moisture for the germination of the seeds. This irrigation is necessary to maintain the moisture of the soil for the healthy crop growth, and it is also necessary for the absorption of different type of nutrients. Clear? And also this irrigation protects the crop plant from hot air currents as well as frost. So these are the points, and according to these points we can say that irrigation is a very important factor in agricultural practices. Now, factors affecting irrigation requirement of crop. See, the frequency of irrigation is not unique, is not constant from place to place. It varies from crop to crop as well as soil quality as well as season. So first point and first factor is nature of crops. See, like paddy crop. Paddy crop transplanted in standing water and it requires continuous irrigation. Whereas if we will see other crops like wheat, gram, etc., these they don't need and they don't require much water. So we can say that irrigation requirement is very according to crops. And nature of soil. What is the nature of soil? See, sandy soil needs frequent frequent water, and it needs irrigation in very small time period. Why? Because the water retaining capacity of this sandy soil is very poor, so it needs much more water for the production of the crops. Whereas clay soil, in clay soil, the irrigation quantity and the frequency of irrigation is very less and little comparative to others. Why? Because water retaining capacity of this clay soil is very good comparative to sandy soil and others. Clear? Next is seasons. See, season is also a very important factor which affects irrigation. Like in summer. In summer, crop needs much more water. Why? Because the rate of evaporation is very high in summer seasons. But in winter and rainy season, plant need very little or less irrigation because the evaporation rate is very less in winters and rainy seasons. So these are the factors which affect the irrigation requirement. Next is sources of irrigation. What are the sources of irrigation? See, there are different type of sources of irrigation like dams, reservoirs, ponds, lake, river, canal, well, tube, etc. And even rain. Rain is also a very important source of irrigation. Okay. Now we will discuss the methods of irrigation. There are different type of methods of the irrigation. First, we will discuss the traditional method. See, in traditional method, in traditional method we will see that which type of techniques our ancestors were using in ancient time for irrigation. So, first is we will discuss moat. What is moat? See, moat. In this system of irrigation, water is drawn out from the wells by using a big container which is tied to a long rope and which moves over a pulley and fixed at one edge of the well. The rope tied to container and usually pulled by animals as well as human beings. Clear? Our next method is chain pump. See, in chain pump, it is an arrangement to lift water from the source of water like stream and ponds, etc. It consists of two large wheels, one fixed at the lower level of water source and other fixed at the higher level of above the field. Next is dhekli. See, dhekli is an arrangement to lift water from the shallow wells by using the principle of simple lever. The word dhekli means lever beam of the well. Lever beam of the well. Clear? In this process, a long wooden beam is supported over a forked vertical support fixed in the ground near the well and a shorter arm away from it. And it is used to lift water from the wells. Next is rahat. See, in this type of method, water is drawn out from the wells. There is a large wheel fixed on the axle above the mouth of the well and a long belt with many small pots. See, we are able to see these are small pots with many small pots are tied with a long and large belt, and which can move over the wheel when wheel turns. And this will this process will done with the help of different type of animals like bulls, etc. Next is pumps. See, up to now we discussed traditional methods, and these all methods need human labor or cattle cattle force. But pumps are commonly used for lifting water, and these pumps runs with the help of diesel, biogas, electricity, solar energy, etc. And these are used to lift water from narrow wells. And when these tubes are fixed with narrow wells to lift water, that time these pumps are known as tube wells. Okay, what? Tube wells. Next, we will discuss the modern methods of irrigation. See, up to now we discussed the traditional method of irrigation, and in traditional method of irrigation, we discussed about different type of methods like through Moat, through chain pump, through dhekli, through rahat, etc. But these all traditional methods are very cheap, no doubt. These are very cheaper, and these all work on the human labor and cattle force, but these are very less efficient. So to recover these less efficiency, nowadays we are using modern methods of irrigation. See, what are modern methods? Modern means the techniques we are using nowadays. The farmers are using nowadays. So what are these methods of irrigation? First is sprinkler system. See, what is this in sprinkler system? In this system, a main pipeline is laid in the field, and a perpendicular pipe having a rotating nozzle at the top are joined to a main pipeline at a regular interval of time and a regular interval. Clear? This is the same. We can understand this sprinkler system as showers. Showers we know, but only a main factor is there, that is rotation. If shower will rotate, that will look like a sprinkler system. Next is drip system. See, what is drip system? Drip, we know very well what is drip. Through drip, medicine goes in the body by drop manner. Same as in this drip system. What is there? In this system, there is a network of narrow pipes with a small holes. Okay, when water flows through the narrow pipe, it falls drop by drop directly to the root of the plant. See, this drip irrigation, the main advantage of this drip irrigation system is it prevents the loss of water. It prevents the loss of water. That's why nowadays we are using this drip system of irrigation. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, thank you and all the best.